Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I hope you find the video useful in your designing process. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment below. If you're a returning viewer and a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. And again, it is what keeps me posting these videos. So today we're going to make a little channel set band with hollow without using the shell or the hollow command. So we'll get started. So we'll go to tools, we'll grab a ring rail, and we'll just accept that one. And we'll go straight to our outside ring rail, and we'll do a little manipulation. Those who have seen my channel before know that I like the Euro shank, so that's what I'm going with. And we'll drag that up to about a 4. Hold down shift, be easier, lock it in. I'm going to keep that at 1.8, and we'll drag this down to 2.5. What we're going to do is offset the profile here for the sweep to make it a 2.5 or pretty close to it. So we're going to go ahead and enter. We'll go ahead and take our outside ring rail, and we're going to place a profile on it. And we'll go to our manager, and we'll select this one here where it has the sharp edges but the dome, number 16, and we'll take that one, and we'll just leave that one alone. I think it's a 0.4 or 4 millimeter and a 2. That's fine. And we'll go to our front view, and we'll drop that just a little bit below our plane. And if you hold down shift, it'll lock it up higher because our quad is higher on the outside, right? So I'm just going to take it a little bit lower, and this one will manipulate a little bit. So we'll drag it down to about a 3, and we'll take it down to maybe a 1.3, and we're going to drag it in, okay? Somewhere around there, and we'll just check to see how wide that's going to be. So we'll go to our dimensions, and we'll take our linear and we'll snap to our quad there and bring it out, and it's around a 2.48. So I'll go ahead and drag that out just a little bit, because with polishing and everything it'll make it a little thinner, and we'll just take that. Oh, what I should have done was mirror that. So back to dynamic commands, edit, and mirror. So I have one on both sides, and I'll hit enter. And we'll just go ahead and sweep that. So surface 1, sweep 1, and select the outside ring rail, that profile, this one, and this one. Hit enter, and we'll need to flip that. And we'll just leave the dome where it's at because we're going to cut it off later. And we'll take that, and we'll just keep it there. And now we're going to go to our inside ring rail, and back to tools, and add a profile to that. And this one we're going to go in and select just a square profile I have down from old Matrix 9 that was imported, I think. You can draw it out and add it into your editor, or you can just draw it on the ring. I think I have a video of how to add to your editor. You can check that video out, and I'll select that one, and we'll take that. And this one we're going to do some good manipulation on. We're going to go ahead and hold down shift and drag it into to a 1 millimeter, and then holding down shift again, drag that down to a 1 millimeter. And we're going to go ahead and place one on our quad there, and hit enter, and we're going to mirror that. So mirror profile in our dynamic commands, and we should be good to go. So we'll hit enter. And now we'll go back to our surface 1 sweep, and we'll do a surface 1 sweep on these, that curve, and this curve here, and hit enter. Again, we'll have to flip it. And again, we'll just leave those caps right where they're at, and hit enter. Now we don't want this unless you want a scroll work going at a very sharp angle there. So we're going to take that profile, go back to our editor, and we're going to select that top profile there, and we're going to drag it over, and somewhere around here, and you can edit to the edge there like that, and then we'll go down to this one. And what I'll do with this one is this little line right here, I'm going to drag over to match up to our line right there and hit enter. So we have this. Okay, so let's give it a little look-see, put it in shaded mode, and we have this here. Okay, so far so good, and we'll go ahead and go to our top view. We'll go ahead and do this part. I'll switch to a cutter. I'll go to a plane, and we'll just drag a plane out there. And what we'll do is we'll just take our green, split with our plane, and hit enter. Get rid of our plane, get rid of these, and just get rid of the profiles too, because we don't need them. And there we go. So we'll take this and we'll mirror it over to the other side. F4, hold down shift, and we have that there. Okay, so we'll take all our yellow now, just switch it to gray and turn it off. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and try and work on our bottom ring rail. So we're going to need some profiles there. So we'll go to our curves, and we'll go to edit, tools, from object, sorry, and we'll do edges, and we'll take these edges, and we'll also take these edges, and we'll also hit enter and join those together right away. Alright, so we have those, and they are on our cutting layer, so I'm going to take those and I'm going to switch them to our green layer. Hit enter. Okay, so are they joined? No, they're not. So okay, so I'll take all my cutting layer there and join those together into 6 closed curves, and then I'll take them and put them on green and turn them off for a second. Alright, and because I'll need them later. Now I'm just going to redo that again. I'm going to go ahead to objects, duplicate the edges. This time I'm going to go to yellow and select all those, and that's really all I need for this one here, and hit enter, and then I'll join those together, 3 closed curves, and hide my green. Alright, and now you can do this a ton of different ways, but we'll go ahead and do it this way. I'll grab a line with my mid snaps on, snap there, snap across here, go to my end there, hold down shift, intersection, and same thing here. Oh, no. There, hold down apparent intersection. We'll just do this way, intersection there. And now I'll just select those, and we'll do some trimming here. So we'll get rid of this, we'll get rid of that, we'll get rid of that, we'll get rid of that, that, all this in here, all that, all this in here, and that there. So we have our outside ring rail, but really what I should have done, which I didn't do, is we'll just go ahead and delete that. We need to bring back our rails. I don't like those sharp curves, right? Sharp corners. So before I do all that again, what I'll do is actually I'll have to go ahead and get rid of those as well, because I messed up. Sorry. So we'll go to our tools, solid, sorry, and fillet edge, blend edge. We'll select all our edges, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and even our top edges here. We'll just go ahead and blend everything, and that bottom one there. So we should have all the edges selected. Yes, and it's a 0.2, which is what I want, and we'll go ahead and hit preview yes, enter. There we go, everything looks good, and we'll hit enter again. And now everything should be smoothed off just a little, which looks good. Now we'll go back and redo those edges there. So we'll go back to our curve, go down from object, duplicate edges. First we'll do them all and hit enter and join them together. 6 closed curves, change them to yellow, turn them off. And we have our yellow on. We'll recall that command. We'll join. Okay, so we don't want to join anything. We want to go to object, dupe edge, select those, hit enter, join 3 curves, turn off our green. Now we'll do that one more time. We needed those little edges on there before we did any of that other stuff, so that's what we did. Hold down shift, intersection, and one more. Hold down shift, intersection, select all that, do our trimming, get rid of this, 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 and that there. Alright, and we'll hit enter. Now we'll just close that back up with our end snaps on. And we'll select all that and join that together, and 2 open curves on there, so we need to find those. There's one. We'll delete that, and probably right over there. Yeah, and what we'll do is check it, so we'll explode it and then join it right back together into 1 closed curve. Alright, so first thing we need to do is make sure about this thing here, right? Our seam. So we'll go back to our edit tools, go to our seam, and we'll drag that over to there, and we'll hit enter. So one more time, check that. Okay, and we'll take that, we'll mirror it, F4, over to our other side, and then what we're going to do is from our front view is we're going to rotate it as a copy yes from F4 over to our quad there to our quad here. Alright. Oh, I didn't hit copy. So we'll do that one more time. Rotation, copy, yes. From F4. Not there. Alright, our front view, sorry. So we'll go to our copy, select items to copy. Yes, yes. F4. Here to here, and then right click it off. So we have our 3 profiles out there, and I usually like it a little bit larger, so I'm just going to drag that out just a little bit, and we'll do a surface 2 this time. This surface, or this rail, that profile, that one. Hit enter, and looks good. We can see we got a little flare there, which I like. You can also go over here to maintain height and click that, and it'll really flare it out. But in this one here, we're just going to keep it here, and we do not want those caps. Trust me, you do not want those caps. It makes it harder to join the other items together, so we'll take that. Alright, so right now we have everything, and everything is still open, right? So what we're going to do is cap everything. Yeah, we'll try capping it. So we'll just select all our green, type in cap, C-A-P, and hit enter. So now everything should be capped, which it looks like it is. Closed, 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 and closed. Alright. Now there's 2 ways to do this. First way, we'll try, see if it works. So we'll go to our solids, and we'll just do a Boolean union, see if that works. So we'll go to this one, hit enter, this one here, hit enter. Give it a few seconds. Matrix has been acting up today. It's already crashed on me twice, because this is taking a real long time. Again, It's taking a long time. There we go. So we'll hit enter. So we got that. That's good. And now we'll go ahead and try it some more. See if we can get it all working. We'll go back to our Boolean union, select our first surface, the one that we just joined, and we'll select the one on the other side there, and we'll hit enter. And again, okay, hold on. We'll do it again. This surface, enter. This surface, enter. And give it some time. It seems to be running a little slow today. Either this way will work, or you can just take the yellow and split those out, which would work too. And we'll do it, looks like it's okay so far. And we'll one more union here. This surface, enter, and this surface here, and enter. And again, give it some time. They're planar on each other, but they're split, so it seems to be working okay. Usually if it's just a planar, most of the time it doesn't work, but sometimes it does, so it's kind of finicky. So we'll see if this one works. And still waiting. Okay, looks like it worked all right, so we'll hit enter. And now we'll just go ahead and we'll hide these items. Go around and grab the individual ones and turn them to gray. Never know when you might need them. Okay, so we have all this, and we have a closed surface. So far so good. Alright, now from here what I'm going to do is go back to my curves and back to dupe. So from object, duplicate, border, and actually we'll take right there and hit enter. Okay, and also we need to do that to our top there. So right click, bring it back, that one there, hit enter, and there we go. Alright, so we want to offset these just a little bit more. So we'll take that curve and we'll go to offset on surface and select enter, base surface, this one. We'll take it back. It's already a little bit back, right? So we'll take that surface here and we'll go back to a 0.5. And so we'll take it back to there. And then we'll right click, bringing that, oh wait a minute. Well, now we'll right, okay, we want to get off that curve there, and we want to right click, select this curve this time, and select our base surface, this one. It's facing the wrong direction, so flip it, and take it back a 0.5, type in command 0.5, and hit enter. So now they're both should be pretty close to the same distance back. So right now I'll go ahead and I'll just take that, and we'll just take this, do some cleanup work here, and kind of get a little bit oh, we'll just leave that one there. Yeah, we'll deselect that one, and we'll take those and put them on green. Okay, and we'll take this one and put it on gray and hide it. So now what we want to do, yeah, they look okay, is go to our line curve with our end snaps on. Go to that one and that one, and go over here to this one and close those off. So now we can do a 2-rail sweep on that. So we'll go to our surface, surface 2, select this curve, that curve there, and that little one right here, and hit enter. And we do not want any of those caps, so we'll just hide all those. Maintain, we'll just click on that one, and we'll hit enter, and we'll bring back everything. Okay, so now we have our insert there, right, and it's hollow. So we're just going to hide, well, we don't have to hide that insert. Yeah, okay. And we still have a closed surface, so we're good. We'll take this surface and we'll change it to this here. Alright, and now we'll go to select that surface, go to our transform, and we'll go to auto base, and we'll just hit enter. We'll take that surface, we'll drag it up out of the way here, and we'll change it to a more friendly color. And what we'll do now is we'll go to grab a curve, a line, and we want to drag it right down our mid of our auto base. Okay, now you can draw your own design and everything out there, of course, but what we're going to do first, I'm just going to use what's in the library just for the sake of the video, and hit that line there, go to my solids, and the first thing I'm going to do is, if I was to draw some kind of a pattern right in through here, it would be too small probably, right? So, but we can put probably balls in there or something in there, but I need to know where they're going to show up at, because I want my design to kind of maybe start right up in here, right? So these are just out here to kind of give me an idea of where it's going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that right there, and just so I can see where it's going to flow on my surface. And I'm going to hit transform and go to smart flow and select that, and then select my surface here, and then my objects, I'll take these objects here and hit enter and give it some time. So it's coming up pretty close, so I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm going to manipulate this a little bit. I don't want it maybe that far out. So let's take this and drag it back a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe my design coming in through here would probably be better. I don't want to put, as you can tell, it distorts those. So we'll do this later on the surface itself. So that's I just want to get an idea of where my design will be able to print out probably properly. We'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and hit enter, but I'll take those and delete them. And now what I want to do is take these and mirror them from my mid here over to the other side. So now I have a view of where I need to stop my design, right? So we'll go to top view, and we'll select our line again, and like I said, I'm just going to grab something from the library, and we'll go to solids, object on curve, and we'll select this, and we'll just pick something in here. This is fine. We'll select that, and our target object is this, and we want to drag this one down to around here. And we want to drag the start point out to about here, and we're going to do a little bit more, and we want to rotate those 90 degrees. Hold down shift right there, and we want to make them so they stick a little bit out from our surface, our auto base surface, so that we know it's going to go into the bottoms of our rails. And let's see, that's going to come out to about there, so we want to drag that start position so it goes ahead and connects there. And then we also want to bring this in so that it connects with those, so it gives us a nice little pattern. And we'll go down here to this side and we'll drag that out just a little, something like that, and then we'll hit enter. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and delete these, and that's where our pattern's going to flow, okay, onto our surface. Alright, so now what we can do is we can go back to our transform, and we can go to our smart flow, and we'll select our base, select our target surface. It looks like it's going in the wrong direction there, so we'll need to flip that, but for right now we'll just go ahead and see where it throws it up at, and we'll hit enter and give it a second. And there's that. Okay, so this arrow's pointing in and this arrow's pointing up. So more than likely we'll go ahead and hit enter, so it'll take all that. And we'll do some manipulation here. So I believe what we'll have to do, and we'll go to, no edit, we'll just drag it down from, I think it's down was what we're going to have to do. Oh wow, it shot them way up there, didn't it? Okay, so we'll undo that here. Give it a second to update. What's going on there? Why is it going so far through my ring? Okay, so we will edit those, I guess. For some reason they're sticking all the way through, although it's not that much there. Go ahead and bring them. Nothing's working there. Oh, it's just taking time. Okay. Well, let's see how it updates. Okay. And now let's keep it so I can kind of keep an eye on both. We'll drag it down. Yeah, that's the way we want to go. And now we'll drag it back out so that we can get them touching a little bit more. Let it update. Take a look. What is going on there? Drag it back a little bit. Are they touching? No, they are not touching. Barely. I want it so that it's a little bit more. Just a little. Let's see if they're pointing through again. Okay, they're all touching, so it looks okay. Let's go to wire mode. Yeah, they're inside. What is the deal with that there? But they're okay, so that's fine with me. Looks like it's okay. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to go ahead and accept that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to 3D it or 2D it just a little bit. It broke history, but it should still update. Give it some time. Take a look here. A little bit more maybe. Give it a little more time to update. So see, it's slowly moving out there, and I can actually take this and maybe drop it down just a little bit more. Give it a little time to update. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that I like. All right. So we have all that in there. All right, so that's cool. And I'll just go ahead and click off that real quick. And now what I'm going to do is grab me a ISO curve from this surface and try to get it right in the middle. And hit enter. And on that curve, I'm going to go back to my solids and do my, not Boolean, do my object on curves. Select the curve, this one here, hit enter. Okay, we'll work on this side here, so I'll go to my front view, and now I can manipulate this, right, where it's actually on my surface and I'm not distorting my balls, right, my mill grain. So I'm going to go there, and this one's real small, so we'll take this size down to about I don't know, about 0.5 3 or something like that, and we'll bring that down so it's just barely touching there. You can actually leave those a little open, or you can have them touching, and we'll take this up to about here, and we need to actually, you could probably just, you know, make them a little bit larger. So we'll go to taper end, and we'll take that a little bit bigger, and we'll drag that something like that so that it's touching. And we need to take a look this direction as well to see how it lines up with our other scroll work. It's pretty close. Yeah. And it's touching both sides, and this is touching, and we can do a little space if you want them kind of touching a little bit, or however you like them, or if you wanted them spaced apart, it doesn't really matter. They're touching both sides, so they'll print okay. So we'll go ahead, and that one looks like it's not touching now, so we'll just make it a little bit bigger, and we'll drag it over just a little, so something like that. Take a look at the side again, and it looks good. So we'll go ahead and accept that. And from here, what we'll do is we'll go ahead to our transform, mirror dynamic, and we'll go ahead and put it on all 4 sides. Okay, and then we'll hit enter. Now we'll go ahead and hide this surface here. We don't need it anymore. And we'll select this, and we'll go ahead and do a dynamic mirror to our X direction. And there we go. And hit enter. So we have this. So let's go ahead and take this here and hide it. Yeah, okay. And we'll take all yellow, and we'll turn that to gray and hide that as well. So we have that. So really the only thing else to do is maybe do a little touch-up design work, which of course we want to add some gemstones in there. So we'll extract an ISO curve from our surface here, and it's at 0.51, 50, hit enter. We'll take that surface, we'll go to our gems, and we'll place some gems on curve, go to our front view, turn it on wireframe so we can kind of see, and we'll drag this up to maybe around where that first ball is there, and we'll drag our other one over to around the same spot, right about there. Go to perspective view, and let's see, we can make these a little bit larger, 1.9, and we'll taper our middle a little bit large, not that large, and we'll go to our, we'll go to all our views, and we'll get this one lined up kind of right in here. We'll take a look at this here, and we'll get organized. And it's kind of off a little bit right there, right? So what I'm going to do is try and either put a stone in the center there, or have the stones so that they are offset. So right now I have spacing method. Let's put it to fixed. So it moved it over just a little bit. Check our ends out. Let's take this one down just a little. And then let's take this one down just a little. So I have that right in the center there. And that looks good. Okay. So placement, tables, and we'll hit enter. And now what we'll do is we'll enable to, okay. take those and we'll go to cutters. Put a cutter on it. We'll change that to a sharp corner, and now we'll change it to a flat. And we'll put it on a wireframe, and right away we'll change that profile there. Something like that. I like this one. And we'll open it up a little, and we'll drag it down a little. And of course, we want to not make it so deep, so we'll take it up about there. So we still have a lot of rail left in the areas. And let's take a look at that in perspective and see what it looks like. Man, we've got lots of rail there. So let's go back to wireframe. Just check one more time how we're doing on the edges. So we'll take it out a little bit more. Nothing wrong with that, because we got plenty of room. And I'll hit enter. And now we'll go to our solids, do the Boolean difference. It should be saving this, by the way. And hit enter and enter. And there's our rails. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, so we hit enter. We'll select those stones, go to settings, prongs. Now we have some pretty big prongs out there, so let's beef up these prongs here. First thing I always do is I like extra height for setting. It just makes it easier to push everything over. We'll go with size, and we'll bump those up a little bit. And we'll also go ahead and I'll nudge them in just a little. So we're at 0.22 and 0.59, so we need to mess with these outside prongs. 0.22 and 0.59. So right here, nudge, I think it was a 0.22. And diameter 5.59, I think, 0.59, enter. Okay, and let's take a look. Looks good, so hit enter. Now the last thing you have to be a little careful with is when you do your cutters, right, for the stones. So we'll go ahead and put the cutters on. What you want to look for is to make sure that those cutters are not cutting into your ring rail, right? I guess it doesn't really matter the balls. The balls actually could be moved out a little bit, perhaps. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter on that. I'm going to go back to my balls and try and find my ones that are not mirrored. This one's here. Alright, they're all mirrored, so they should flow. That's a little too, we want to take it out. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those and do that mirror one more time. Check my, whoa. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just going to go back. I don't mind it cutting into, let's abort that. They're all back. And they're all same. Okay. So then we can just do our cutting. Go to solids, Boolean difference. Select our first surface, enter. Second surface, enter. Give it a few. Oh, it worked pretty quickly. Hit enter, hide our stones, check out our cuts. Looks okay. Last thing you have to do from here is one more time, Boolean union this time. First surface, enter. Second surface, oh wait. First surface, enter. Second surface, enter. Actually, I should have checked to make sure they weren't sticking through, which it doesn't look like they are. Yeah. Okay. And hit enter. Bring back our stones, and now we have a hollowed out channel band ring that you can doesn't make Nice little design. It's got the beads here. It's got the design going across there. Everything's nice and smoothed out. Nice little ring. Alright, well, I hope the video helps you. It was a little bit long, but I hope you got something useful out of the video, and it helps in your designing process. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your support. Please subscribe if it helped you, and good designing. Thanks for watching.